120-foot aura. Oh, that'd be
Well,
frightening.
no, that's what I was like. Son
Yeah,
of a
that'd
bitch!
be
Why did you
really
silence?
bad.
I was like, why did you silence your own fucking wizard? It's like, oh, okay, it's only 20 feet. He's over there.
I never silenced my wizard. Don't worry.
And they're moving and pulling up bows, basically, which they'll attack
Okay.
in the next turn. So the hobgoblin and the goblins are done. The skeletons. These two are going to attack you. These other two will continue to rush in the general direction. They're not that smart.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's say they're going to go here, 10. And then from there, 20. Yeah, they could go here. This going to go here, and this going to go here. So those are skeletons. The two skeletons that you're facing are going to attack you. Kicks.
Okay.
First one with a short sword. That's a 19.
Ooh, that is actually a hit.
And the second one is a 12.
That is going to be a miss, and I will repost after I take 6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and take the damage real quick. And here is the riposte.
Oh,
that is a 20. That is going to be for 9 and 7.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that skeleton collapses on its own way. It commits to the attack, and you sort of bash him with your sword. Like
That's what you get for recklessly trying to strike at me. After that.
Okay. Boom, there it is. He's gone. Next up, the skeletons. Gar. Skeleton seems to be moving in your general in the direction of Braith. What are you gonna do?
First, the owl's gonna fly down here and grant advantage against this guy, and then fly back.
Okay.
I am going to let me just double check the range of Ray of Frost. 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that guy. I'm gonna Ray of Frost this guy to decrease his speed by 10 if I hit him. In addition to the damage, that way if Braith wants to make a fighting backwards slide, I don't know.
I mean,
that's a hit for 2 points of damage.
I mean, the main point of Ray of Frost is to slow people down.
Oh, I was actually going to ask a question to the GM in a second regarding concentration and turn undead. So,
do you have are you trying to cast multiple concentration spells? Is that what it is?
No, I know we can't do that. At least I assume we can't.
No, you can't.
But I wanted to ask if I can do turn undead because that would be channeling.
It doesn't count as if it counts as an action, but it's not a spell. Then no, you can actually do it.
I think it's technically a spell. I channel divine. I'll just press the button that I have.
Turn AE from core, turn undead, guided strike, can use once per rest. Some channeling effects require saving throws when you such effect this class. DC equals to your cleric spell save.
Oh, you're just trying to use turn undead here, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I was just going to ask if me doing the concentration for the silent spell, does that interfere with
no,
this?
they're mutually exclusive.
Channel Divinity is not a spell. It's the first result when you look this up.
Yup.
All right, that's all I need to know. So And
besides, anything that's instantaneous, perfectly fine.
I just wanted to make sure, because I actually don't play a lot of 5th edition, so this is all new to me.
Understandable.
It's considered a class feature, not a spell.
Then in that case, we will cast the...
Yeah, but it's not your turn yet, so...
Oh, sorry, I thought it was.
Okay, but that's fine. It's a skeleton mage. Skeleton mage turns around, sees that Kix has destroyed one of its skeletons, and fires up a spell.
Ooh,
so he's going to fire up a firebolt. And it misses.
Yep.
Goes right over your head. Now it's Braith's turn. So it's all creatures that can see you, right?
I believe within 30 feet that can see or hear you.
So
should be those two.
Okay. So they make
you could like advance forward first. You could like easily get like here, and then that'll definitely hit this one too.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that.
Judicious use of actions for optimum efficiency. I've played these games too much.
I will wade into the thick of the skeletons with my holy symbol adorned in my right hand. And I say a battle prayer to Cord to turn these abominations so that it'll make slaying them easier, to add their skulls to my collection of dead opponents.
And it's a charisma or is it a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw for any undead within 30 feet, so that would be the 3 now.
Okay, so
hear me.
2 of the skeletons make
Ironically,
fails.
that one is going to run away from you slower
Fail.
than it could before.
Yeah, and the skeleton mage. Let's see. He makes it.
Ah.
These other 2, they are scared. So let's see. Actually, this one is lower, and let's give them what symbol can I give them to make sure that they're scared? This one.
So
Right
that
here.
guy with like the things coming around his head, like ah.
So the way Turned Undead works, the creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from me as possible, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of me.
Uh-huh.
It also can't take any reactions.
Mhm.
It can only use the dash to try to escape from the effect that prevents it from moving.
For the next minute.
Yes.
So
Which is
in
10
their
rounds.
turn, they will are running. Yeah.
And I assume like the concentration for the silence is ongoing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Although
so,
technically, in case you want to cast another spell, no longer necessary.
I'm gonna keep it up until those goblins are far away from that area, because I don't want them
Well,
to
I just
try.
mean it's only a
whatever they're doing.
20-foot radius. They're technically already outside of it, I think.
No, they are, but at this point, I think it's just in case. I'm keeping it up at the moment. If I need to get rid of it, I will probably next
I
round.
mean, in case you need to heal somebody, say.
I'm aware.
Kix, your turn.
All right, well, there's one more skeleton in front of me right now. I'm going to go ahead and just swing at them.
Swing, bada.
How damaged am I? Not enough yet. Okay. Bam, 21.
Oh, that's a hit, yeah.
Or 12, and just smash them.
Oh, yeah, this guy collapses again into bones and dust. You can't even tell the difference between it and the ground.
You caved its skull in.
Yep. And then I'll go ahead and move over here, just so that I can deal with this guy.
The goblins see that. They move here. Here.
And I transmute you into an egg.
Fortunately, there's at least some trees and some building cover for at least one of them. These two have like the tree, but that's it.
Yeah, so three attacks for you. 3 short bow attacks.
Okay, let's do it.
That's 1. That's 2. And that's a 3.
And that's a hit.
For 8 points of damage, piercing.
Oof. Yeah, that's meaty.
And you see the hobgoblin in the back sort of tapping them in the shoulder. Instead of shouting, he actually is very smart. He switches he doesn't start shouting. He switches to signals. So as the goblin, he signals the goblins who pass by, and as they pass by, he taps them in the shoulders and sort of gives like a nonverbal command with his hands.
Ah, clever.
So apparently he is trained to operate in situations where it's hard to hear, but he doesn't do anything else other than that. So it's time for the skeletons. These skeletons are gonna run. This one can only run 20 as opposed to 30, I believe. So he can run 40 then. Yeah, he's gonna run all the way over here to the bushes. This guy is gonna run all the way over here.
How long does that last again?
1
minute, which is 10 rounds.
Oh yeah, they are no longer participating in this combat.
Well, I mean, they're dead. They don't have any rest. I mean, their endurance is on par with anything, right? So literally, they can just walk back here in 10 rounds.
Right, they could, but I mean, we'll have time to deal with them.
Yes.
Gar,
I'm going to
you're
put
next.
up a bunch of buckets, so when they walk past, they're going to covered in water.
Gar, you're next.
I know. I'm just trying to measure distance. 70, I think that's a good necrotic touch, chill touch. No, not chill touch. Ray of Frost is the 60. Chill touch is the 120. Yep, chill touch. Chill touch it is. The hobgoblin, I'm assuming that is.
Mhm. Oh, that's a hit.
Have fun not regenerating, you dumb son of a bitch.
Oh, more than that. He dies.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
disappointed.
Skeleton Mage. Well, Skeleton Mage doesn't
Alive
know much of
anymore.
any. But since he's in melee, he uses his one true spell.
Ooh.
That is Magic Missile.
True name.
And that'll just be... Oof.
One
I'm coming.
Incredibly meaty.
I'm coming as soon as I can.
Just real quick. Isn't there a thing about casting a spell when you're in melee range of somebody else?
He has an advantage.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter then. Never mind.
Yeah. I keep thinking of other editions too. It's like, I should get to hit him now. Wait, no, it's not this one.
Yeah.
It's almost as if he purposely saved that just in case this would occur.
I think you'll
Yeah.
find that he's shooting a ranged missile into melee where 2 or more people are.
Yeah, you get a free attack, and that's other editions or other games.
Well, no,
But in
it's
this-
randomly. It randomly strikes somebody that's in there, and not including the person you're targeting. Really
Yeah.
pisses off your melee fighters if you decide to play an archer. Second edition, so fun.
Oh, yeah.
And Hackmaster.
Didn't have that problem in Hackmaster. Even when I missed, I hit my target.
Well, I was one.
Quite a lot of not that happening.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I would miss my target, and I would hit another bad guy in the radius, so I would still be fine.
Yeah, but when I tried it, it was different.
Yep. Well, that's all right. First time Griff knocked somebody out in the party with a quarterstaff, so...
But
Stand behind you. Boom! Oh, son of a bitch.
Brave, you're next.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I could make that even better. Braith, what you up to? He advances forward.
Okay.
Then suddenly froze to death.
You are on push to talk.
I'm sorry, I forgot about. This is why I don't like push to talk. I've been talking to myself.
Well,
for like 2
you
minutes.
know,
I already forgot about
We
this.
will remind you every time. It's still preferable to me.
I'm sure it is. If I move in, I cannot cast 2 spells. That's okay.
Well, you move more than 30 feet.
No, I moved only 30 feet.
Yeah, you have
Okay.
your movement, you have action, you have bonus action if one applies. So
I have
Yeah.
action and bonus. Oh, well, then I think I can do 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
It'll cost me 2 spells, though.
well, still the... You know what we're saying. Only one...
One has to be a cantrip, another one has to be a spell, and either one of them has to be a bonus action to cast.
Hmm.
So if you're doing Healing Word, which is a bonus spell,
Which is the one I was thinking of, yeah.
and a cantrip, then you can do them both.
Then I will do that. I will cast my Sacred Flame cantrip
Ah.
Ooh.
on the Skeleton Mage and draw his attention. A flame-like radiance descends on the creature that I can see within that range. The target must succeed in a dex saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage.
Okay. Dexterity it is. And he makes it.
You son of a gun. That's okay.
Welcome
It
to
literally,
Sacred Flame.
the column comes from the sky, and the skeleton sort of...
Quick, this is our
You
only
melt.
chance to see where the skybox starts.
and
Show
you
us where
melt-
your space laser is.
it melts a little bit of the snow, and it sort of goes in the skeleton mage goes a little, looks like...
Okay,
and he keeps laughing like that.
oh, I'm gonna murder you. Again. All right, question for you, Kix. Do you prefer Sanctuary or Healing Word?
Sanctuary, I'm going to hit someone immediately after you cast spells, so give me a heal.
You got it. So healing word's not going to do much, but at least it's something.
It will be something, and then I can also second wind.
Healing word, 60 feet within, so you are close to me. You get a D4 plus my ability modifier, which is a 3, I believe.
Give it a roll, 1d4 plus 3.
I'm gonna double check first.
Always wisdom unless the spell says otherwise.
I assumed it's the wisdom. I'm still getting used to this character sheet.
No problem.
Yeah, plus 3.
All right, give it a roll.
Damn it, I didn't roll it right. Hold on. Take 6 HP.
Hey, that's good. All right. I believe that leads into my turn then.
Skeleton warriors.
Oh, and the concentration's done. FYI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kicks, your turn.
All right, I'm going to second wind myself for an additional 6 hit points.
Nice.
And then I'm going to strike out at this guy. You can't stop me, mage. Even though he's an unintelligent skeleton. Let's see, menacing attack or distracting? Let's go with distracting. That is a 9.
That's a no. 9 and a critical.
Not even.
Again, the skeleton, because it moves very steeply, like what's the movies in the 1960s, stop action.
Stop action, clay.
Oh, Jason and the Argonauts.
Yeah. So the skeleton sort of moves like you swing.
It's as if his actions were determined after I swung and edited in.
Yes. And it keeps laughing.
I love that movie. It's great.
The goblins. Now that you killed the leader, let's say if the goblins
decided smarter to leave.
Yeah, so they're gonna make wisdom saves. So there's how many goblins? There are 4 of them. So let's start making wisdom saves. The first one, he's gonna go. Second one, also running for it. Third one, I'm gonna say. Hey guys, yeah, 3 of them break for cover and they start running.
Gar, take out one of them as they leave.
Well, he's not a melee, so
what? You're like 60 feet away from me. I can't hear you.
Fight, damn you!
Flight? That's what the owl was for.
They start running in that general direction, and this guy is like, he's has a bow out. He doesn't realize that he's a bit trembling, but he's gonna fire a shot at Kix. It's like he hasn't realized that his fellows have left him. Ooh, wow!
Jesus Christ,
man, this guy has been a sharpshooter.
For 7 points of damage.
All right. Danger mode. Let's do this.
By the way, just wondering, Kix, which maneuvers did you pick, by the way?
If you're curious, I have gone ahead and picked Riposte, Distracting Strike, and Menacing Attack.
Distracting, Riposte, Menacing Strike, Menacing Attack, and what was the third one?
Distracting, Riposte, Menacing.
You have 4, don't you?
No, I get 3.
Oh, that's right. You have 4 superiors.
I have
Very
4
nice.
points. Yeah.
Yeah. How many have you used so far?
2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
good.
Just Riposte an arrow.
Yeah. Oh, do you expend one? Oh, I didn't know you expended one for Riposte.
Yep, that's right.
I thought you could just use that all the goddamn time.
Oh gosh, if only.
These guys are running anyway. They're not gonna be a factor. So goblin skeletons, Gar. You see the goblins running. One of them has stayed, but the other ones are running for their little lives. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You see the skeleton warrior still there.
Yeah. I would have killed the leader. Which is the one that shot Kix?
This one right
The
here.
one that's still there, I think.
All right. Fly in, advantage, and boom.
He has cover with this tree, so you can see
that
him.
would negate the disadvantage then. So 60 feet would just be in range of everything I've got.
Mm-hmm.
So just negates the disadvantage, so I can just roll normal.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was just asking, Kix, because I didn't realize. I didn't even realize you had a limit to how many of them you could use.
Yep, I mean, I get them back on a short rest, so basically if we were chilling with, like, a warlock, then it's like, yeah, we just short rest, we get back everything.
Oh, that's a hit.
Yeah, only 3 damage, though. Yeah, but I didn't realize you would basically only take 4 maneuvers of combat.
Hmm.
Then you're back down to the good old, I swing.
Yeah.
I'm also like a warlock in that I have 1 move. Eldritch Blast.
I'm just gonna say on air again, I miss 4th edition Warlord.
I mean,
That's
literally,
That's
that
the
was...
closest I can get.
4th edition Warlord's pretty damn good.
I
Oh,
prefer
dang, it is.
third edition Warlord, where you actually inspired people and gave them bonuses based on your charisma.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool, too.
Yeah, literally, hey,
Skeleton Warrior,
take
though.
a +2 to your roll because I have a 16 charisma. Every roll, every goddamn roll, +2.
It's like a bard, but better.
This is going to be
Then
at disadvantage. He's going to fire a firebolt at you.
Okay. This, I think I can actually repulse because it's an attack roll and he's adjacent to me.
Yeah, and
So I will.
Yeah.
I may as well take the chance while I can. That is an 11.
Yeah, no. Again.
Yeah, and I think I had to hit in order to give myself advantage. Yeah.
So basically, your sword goes right through its rib cage. I'm saying.
Well, you know, if you were human, you wouldn't have a gut anymore. A +7 to it, and I'm just striking bad luck.
Yeah, Braith, you're up.
I'm moving in. I will cover. Yeah, moving on up, moving on in. I will cover you by slashing it now.
Wonderful.
18.
Oh, that's a hit.
Oh, wrong button.
Oop.
3 damage to it.
Wow.
And then I want to do something else, if I believe I can.
Yep.
Okay.
Is hit him again.
You have 2 attacks?
Sorry, you might be misunderstanding. Bonus action is a specifically typed action that is labeled as bonus only if you have a bonus action.
Yeah.
It's
right.
not.
I specifically have a thing called Second Wind or...
No, but you're a war cleric, right?
Did the thing not come up yet?
War priest, yeah. First,
Yeah,
we
just to make sure.
mention you while you're engaging out. When you use the attack at you can make it 1 weapon attack as a bonus action.
Oh, there you go.
Because he's a war priest, he can do that.
Just making sure, because since there's questions about rules and everything, we want to make sure that we're all on the same page. That's all.
No, I understand. I don't think that one hit, though. It's a 7.
No. Nope.
To keep in comparison, by the way, it takes me until level 4 to get that ability. You get a level 1.
I did get it at a level 1.
It's great.
It's okay early on. It's only based off of my wisdom mod, so I can only do it 3 times before resting.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, there's the kicker.
So you have 1 less use than he has of maneuvers.
Yeah, basically.
Kinda, yeah.
Still good.
The skeleton basically kind of compresses onto itself because it has no internal organs. So,
Oh, we started playing in a cartoon. Good to know.
and it's like,
And I say,
Such a happy fellow.
Cord will rip your spine out of you, you foul bastard.
That's not a very happy sentiment.
yeah. So, Kix, your turn.
How far away is the goblin? Oh, what do you know? He's 30 feet away. Isn't that funny? Isn't that very convenient?
Mm-hmm.
What if I were to just not care about the skeleton trying to smack me, and I just go deal with the goblin?
I can't
Well,
wait till you get Blood Bowled and you get knocked on your ass for it.
Oh yeah, no, like totally Blood Bowl me here. Let's see what happens. He can't do that with a firebolt.
Oh, he can't?
Yes, he
It has
can't.
to be a
It would have-
melee attack. You can't attack of opportunity
Okay.
with magic.
So if he has a claw, now would be the time for him.
I mean, not unless he's
And-
got a special ability that we don't know about.
Oh, he had a short sword the whole time. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's a mage, so that's why he uses it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All mages use short swords. Duh.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use menacing strike against the goblin.
Go ahead.
That's your
Oh, yeah, that's a hit.
last maneuver, isn't it?
It is. That's gonna be 11 damage and DC 14 if he lives. I will also opt to not kill him if it does kill him.
Okay. So he's gonna be down then.
Yes. I'll take a prisoner.
Actually, no, not this one. This one. He's down.
Right.
The goblin is down. The hobgoblin is dead. The other ones are running. The skeletons are still running. Gar, there's only one skeleton left.
Oh, I'm about to say, you say they're running, but they seem to be still right there on the map.
Yeah, well, keep a map so that guy don't forget when they're, you know.
Oh,
Right, you can't
when
quite move
experience
stuff
comes,
off
yeah.
the map. It's
well,
not
no, I
fun.
mean, like, the skeletons are on the edge of the map because they ran. But these
Yeah.
guys are still right here in their combat stance, which is throwing me off.
Yeah, these guys, again.
Fly in for the advantage. Fly back, because it takes a while to resummon.
Mhm.
I guess I'll go with Chill Touch.
Okay. 11. Let me see. Does not hit.
Yeah, good times. Call me JJ, because I'm having some good times.
Honestly, the
Dynamite.
skeleton's having a pretty good time too. Everything's a joke to it, including every attack that keeps missing.
Yeah, now he gets short sword out. He's going to start a sword to you in the guts.
Ha!
And
Ha,
miss.
ha, 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 ha. I laugh in your face.
How's it feel now?
Wraith, you're up.
So let me show you how you do that correctly. 14,
That's a hit.
8 slashing.
It's still there. Basically, you've taken parts of it, rib cage, ripped it apart. Still laughing, though.
War priesting it. I'm gonna hit the fucker again. He's pissed me
Okay.
off now. 7, not enough.
Ha ha.
Just laughing in each other's faces as I take out your ribs.
Kicks, you're up.
Well, now that I'm done with the goblin, I'm gonna wander back over here and say hello. And it's just gonna be normal attacks now because, as mentioned, I've run out of stuff, but that is still a 9-point hit.
Yeah, you come in running and you hit it, and as you're hitting it, the hair in head in midair turns into you, and the whole thing collapses, and the glowing blue orbs sort of fade in the socket. That's the
That
magic.
was funny.
The magic that sustained it was being beaten out of it.
I step on the skeleton's head.
Yeah, well, you crush it.
Now I'll take out a bit of my adventurer's rope and I'll start roping up the goblin. Well,
Wait.
I guess technically we're sort of in turns. It's like, I'm not forgetting anything at all.
How is that different from normal rope?
Wait, why are we roping up the goblin?
Because he's alive.
So cut his head off already.
Well, I had hoped to get some information.
But you don't speak Goblin.
I don't, but someone might.
Who?
I'll worry about that later.
It shouldn't be alive.
Forethought.
I guess here's the question. What are you going to do with those skeletons, Lesson?
Oh, they run out of the map.
All right, they're just gone. Everything's over.
Yeah, let's say it's over.
Well, until they come back with reinforcements.
All right, still, I'll go ahead and tie them up, make sure that we have that. And,
Never have you got kidnapped by those kobolds? What you gonna get
Yup.
with those goblins?
And I'll go ahead and point at the egg.
Mm-hmm.
What do you make of all this?
About 350.
I didn't ask how much you would sell it for, but good to know.
Oh, by the way,
Mhm.
To lessons, not lessons, to kicks.
Mhm.
1d8 plus 3. I will, if you want to roll it, go ahead. If not, I will roll it.
Hey, that's plus 7.
You've got... Okay. So I'm
That's
just doing the
slightly
math
above
in my
that.
head about how many spells you got left. Just keeping track.
I'm
I
down
exactly
to.
went to strike.
I am down to 2 slots for my level 1 and 1 slot for my level 2.
No, I didn't think you'd used every... Silence a level 2 spell?
Silence is a level 2 spell.
Okay, I didn't think you had used any level 2 spells. I thought you had 2 and 1.
Okay.
This is still pulsing.
Delicious.
All right,
And covered
What
in tendrils and whatnot. So you
What the
have
hell
no-
is that? What the hell is that thing?
I think we need to check this out, Gar.
What?
Get over here. No, you can hear through the owl. Don't pretend.
Oh, I was over here. What? I mean,
All right, real
I
quick.
saw you fly it away.
Religion check on the egg.
It's an egg.
I didn't roll it yet, but I'm guessing that tells me everything I need
Yeah,
to
Well,
it
know.
did not appear to
clearly
work.
with that one.
Religion will not help you with this.
actually, it would if it was a beholder egg. The holy symbol of the Great Mother is a giant egg.
Yeah. No.
Well, what we need here is nature.
No, I think what we need here is nurture. We got a real problem.
That's what you need here.
Do you have any idea, Gar? Do you have that skill?
Do I have that skill? That I literally have rolled earlier this session.
Yeah, this looks like that
An
they're
omelet.
transforming a well, that's not kind of somebody make a nature check to identify the nest.
I did that. I failed. I rolled a crit 1.
So this nest is a wyvern or wyvern nest. And there should be far more eggs than this. In fact, this whole entire area should be covered with nesting material, but
Oh
it
shit!
has been trampled upon, etc. So you don't know where the rest of the eggs are. This seems to be the last one. And with the Arcana, they're transforming the wyvern or wyvern into something else. What? You would have to see it develop. It would take some time to do it, but they're doing it.
Well, that's bizarre. I thought wyverns were strong and terrifying creatures. Why would you turn into anything else? I mean, maybe
You
they're
do know
doing-
that through magic you can make creatures or hybrid creatures or even bizarre powers and abilities.
hybrid wyvern goblins.
I
So
do enjoy that explanation. Through magic, you can just stop right there.
So are we destroying this egg or
Yeah,
what?
destroy it.
I take my axe and cut it in half.
Yeah, when you hit it, the membrane explodes, and coming out of the egg is a half-formed wyvern, right?
Well, we don't need to make a survival check now.
Yeah, and instead of
Cook it, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, no, a bit of it actually radiates heat as well.
That's
as
very.
it sort of dies. And in fact, this whole area right here sort of melts around the egg.
Right, definitely disturbing.
What, that an egg was hot on the inside? Oh boy, I'll have nightmares for weeks.
Well,
Or
no,
is
I
that
mean
even-
the things that they were up to here.
What, that they were chanting around an egg? Oh boy, I'll have nightmares for weeks.
I will.
So-
What the hell is it? Perception around this area to see if there's anything that maybe have been left behind or stuff like that.
Well, like
We
the
got
on the
bedding
bodies.
over here.
I mean, you should probably just do that on the bodies because they might have stuff.
All right, I will do perception on the dead bodies.
Well, no, do it on the formerly alive bodies because the dead bodies probably have crap on them.
15, unless somebody wishes to assist.
Sure, the owl will assist you.
Yeah.
All right, then that's 20 then.
Roll for me a 1d 2d6 separately.
Oh, that's Batman, the GM master. Roll for me.
1d6 once and 1d6. Yeah. So
2
you
and
find
4.
two silver pieces and 4 gold pieces between them, as well as their weapons and their armor. What's interesting is this guy right here on the neck has a tattoo of what looks like a serpent or dragon that runs across the neck.
That's interesting. Is that sort of the marking of a particular band of goblins or like a particular regiment?
You don't know?
Say the problem that we have here is that none of us even speak Goblin. I don't think we're up on Goblin society if we don't even know their language.
Would it be a history or religion or any type of check on that tattoo?
You can do history.
I'll roll history.
Go for it.
I have 14.
Usually, hobgoblins are the elite forces of the goblin forces and of the Orcish Empire. But you don't know anybody who has been related directly to a dragon or dragons. Although you kicks the shield, you know that your parents escaped from a dragon that lived to the south. A female dragon, and red dragon to be precise. And they were servants to her. So that might be related.
Right, it's a distinct possibility, but unless we can get the meaning of it exactly, then we can't precisely confirm. But I mean, if it quacks like a duck and looks like a duck, it's actually a mimic.
It occurs to me, Braith. How
Say
long
that
have you
again?
been? I said it occurs to me. How long have you been in this war?
Out of character, how long has the war been going on? Lessons?
Over 30 years.
Me personally, about 15 to 16 years.
And you not once learned the language of your enemy?
That's how I did. I learned Orcish.
That's right. That's right. All right. That doesn't seem odd to me at all, then. That makes more sense.
Yep.
Well, one way or another, we do still have a prisoner, and someone back in town may know, and then we can have them do the interrogation.
They're gonna love you, by the way.
You cannot be serious.
Let's fill the town with kobolds. Well, you know what's next? Let's bring goblins back to town. They'll love you.
No one is going to fret about a prisoner. We've taken prisoners before, and he can be executed later, too.
I think the humans don't count, because that's a human town.
He should not be a prisoner at all. He should be dead.
Aren't you worried in the slightest what they're up to, or what their plan is?
Yes, but how can he help us?
I don't know that
Because he's a part of it.
I don't know their plan much matters anymore. It's just they're all dead.
Well, several of them did escape.
Real quick, did not the equipment out of character for because I'm thinking about this now. The perception on all the dead bodies and whatnot, that included the skeletons or just the hobgoblin?
It also included the skeletons.
Okay, so there was like nothing else on the skeletons or that skeleton mage thing.
No, I mean,
he had a short sword. We know that for sure. All skeleton mages carry short swords. It's a no duh moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, I will collect all the weapons because those can be requisitioned elsewhere.
Oh, you think you could sell equipment back to vendors? You are in for a surprise.
Who said I was? Well, who said I was giving it to vendors? I'm giving it to the army.
The reason why they're short swords is that they literally are broken pieces of swords.
Oh, then they're useless. I leave them where they are.
They can be melted.
Oh, your charitable donation of broken weapons. The army would love you.
Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. Melted is good. We can use those for making new weapons. I will take them again.
I've been gone a year. Here's all the broken weapons I could find.
Also, your perception check said that the nest area should be much bigger.
Yeah.
And there should have been much more eggs, probably a dozen or more of them.
Which means there's about 11 or so eggs that are missing right now.
And Kix and Gar can make intelligence check.
Just intelligence, or is there a skill tied?
No, just intelligence.
Remember, I'm intelligence skill focused, so.
Yeah.
I'm real smart.
Yeah, no, you don't. It's basically it's a recalling something. Yeah, Gar, you're like, oh no. Remember the dead wyvern or wyvern you found on the road?
I literally do not.
I do.
No. Now you do.
Oh yeah, right, the one that we got poisoned.
Yeah.
Still not an oh no moment. I don't see the point where I care.
They are definitely going to have wyvern hybrids trying to attack as they attempt to influence society.
That were killed by defenseless villagers. Oh boy. Oh no.
Wait. Can you said there was a dead wyvern you found?
Yeah, apparently I assaulted a caravan traveling somewhere outside the town. And a wyvern died, which clearly means that defenseless villagers were capable of killing one. So
how did the wyvern die? Did you?
I have no idea. Apparently, it had no wounds on its body.
It ate some poisoned food.
We assume nobody was brave enough to eat any of the food. Also, it's a theory we only had after we had left the area.
So Gar is misrepresenting things again.
No, I'm actually giving you full details.
Perhaps the wyvern was bred to do attacks, but the breeding did not work properly.
Are you saying it was a defect and it just died on its own?
Yes.
A brain aneurysm.
Whatever a defect would do, Master Gar. Is that not possible?
Well, we've seen the effects of one attack, and if they have the capacity of doing up to at least 12 more, then we definitely want to stop them before it happens.
This is not what I wanted to
Or-
see.
Conversely, we just place poison food traps out in the wilds and just take care of it that way, because apparently these creatures are too dumb not to eat poison or eat poison food. I mean,
Well,
literally,
again,
it
I'm not
died.
exactly in charge of this.
It literally died eating poison food. So clearly, these creatures are not the most intelligent. So we just put traps of poison food out, and boom, it's done. We handled it.
Still, all the better that we stopped this before it happened. Well, we've succeeded the day.
That's
We have a
impossible. That's how
prisoner.
time works.
The dead wyvern body, that the little one that just came out of that egg, I guess.
Mhm.
Is there any way to collect it?
Yeah,
All right, I will take it
Have a-
then.
a bag or something to stuff it.
Let me check if I have a bag. Hold on.
Or you just cradle it the whole way home. This dead wyvern. I don't even know a fetus.
Yeah,
Is it a fetus if it's in an egg still?
I actually don't have a bag, so if one of you has a bag, I
I'm
would
gonna
like to.
put that thing in my bag.
I also will opt to keep my bags free of any.
I mean, I literally have 4 backpacks. I am not putting anything in any of them.
I once knew someone who tried to keep a cake in their bag. It didn't work out. Let me tell you that.
Sat on it.
Just icing everywhere.
Discovered a new form of
Every
porn that
piece of
day.
equipment.
I will open up my. What am I opening up here? I will open up my mess kit. That's where you got the bowl from, by the way. Dar.
Oh, here's your keys back, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I will open up my mess kit, and what I will do is I will take a piece of cloth from it, wrap the dead thing into the cloth from the mess kit, and put it in the mess kit for safekeeping.
Okay.
So you're getting rid of the contents of your mess kit.
Yes.
So why don't you just pour
I'll
that on?
shove that into my bag.
Say,
don't
why
have a
don't you just
problem
pour
with
that on the ground? Fill your mess kit with snow to keep the thing fresher longer, and then put it in that snow in your mess kit.
That's actually not a bad idea. I actually will probably do that. I will scoop up some snow and put it in there for it to freeze.
I do think, just as reference, there is a spell Gentle Repose that might be interesting for this scenario.
Oh shit, I think I have that. Hold on.
Why do you? Okay.
I mean, if the entire point is to preserve a body, bam, there's the spell.
Actually, all right. If you'll allow me,
Mhm.
I will. It's a ritual spell, which is
No, Gentle Repose is a cantrip, isn't it?
No, it is a level 2 cleric spell for me. It is a ritual spell on touch on the remains of a corpse, and the way it works is I touch a. Just press the button. I guess.
10 days.
Yeah, it's preserved for up to 10 days and cannot become undead.
If it's ritual, take about 10 minutes to cast. So casting one action is you're trying to do it immediately, but you have to have it memorized.
Mm.
If it's a ritual, it'll take 10 minutes to do the ritual, and then you don't spend a spell slot.
And we got 10 minutes.
Yeah. I will do that then with my ritual. I will do all the prayers and everything.
Spare the dying. That's what I was thinking of.
Yes. I don't have
Yeah.
that one yet.
Well, that wouldn't work in this situation. Spare the dying stabilizes a creature. This is clearly a dead thing.
So I didn't think I would ever have to use this, but here we go. I touch the corpse with my hands. It's probably all sticky and slimy from the film from the egg. I say several prayers to Cord to preserve this body, so that we can learn the secrets of what it holds within it to beat back the enemies that destroy these lands. And the spell, I hope, works.
Okay.
Well, I don't think there's a roll to it. I think you just cast it.
Yeah, because it doesn't.
Yep, then
Also,
I'm good.
And it lasts
I
for
just
10
want to
days.
point this little facet out of the whole where we've come from thing. I just basically created a tiny refrigerator in your med kit. Just by packing ice and snow in it, right? Very clever solution using what we have around us, a little MacGyver, to make this thing work. And you said, no, fuck that, I'm just gonna use magic. Because magic does everything. And it's like, oh, fuck this.
I mean, I am a cleric. My faith will guide me
but
always.
we're slowly tilting the meter from we're ordinary people doing extraordinary things to magic just fucking does everything.
If it helps any,
Welcome to D&D.
if it helps any, if I didn't have this spell, I would have done what you wanted.
Well, I know, because you were doing that, and then Griff was like, "Hey, don't you have a spell for that?" It's like, oh, all right. I guess we're just gonna be a full magic party. That'll work.
Yeah. So what are you gonna
Magic
do?
party kicks cries.
I understand that I'm the wizard complaining about magic. I'm just saying that the tell of a wizard did it is also often claimed, but here we are. Well, I can pack that thing with ice and just do it with science. Nah, fuck that. I got a spell.
All right.
So what are you gonna do with the goblin?
Kill him.
I mean, I have him tied up right now. I intend to take him back as prisoner.
Cool. Then we have advantage to hit him.
Gar, will you allow me this, please?
I allow you literally everything you ever asked for. Why?
I mean, without harassment.
No. When have I ever not harassed you?
What trouble is a single tied-up goblin going to get into when we throw him into the local prison?
Well, when he escapes and then tells his fellow goblins about all the guards and protections and rotations of literally everything that happens in town. And then we get assaulted by whatever goblin army he reports back to. Or the orc army, more probable. I'm
And
sorry,
on
was that...
what basis is this fear, though? The last people we've put into jail did not escape. No one else has, recently to my knowledge. The guards are aware the prison is secure.
Master Gar, you comprehend its language right now, correct?
I understand what it says. I cannot speak goblin.
Is the goblin awake?
No.
I smack it in the face to wake it up.
Oh, it dies. It only had 1 hit point left. Oh, what a shame.
No, you hit 2 of its death saves suddenly because you attacked it while it was down. Huh?
Say 1d4. It's gonna take 2 hours for it to wake.
Right, we're going to have to set up camp anyway.
I will let you decide if we're going to bring this thing with us. But when it wakes, Master Gar, if you could translate everything it says as I get it ready to confess, perhaps maybe that would get us.
I would like to
some
remind you that
information we
torture
need.
only gives you the information that you want to hear.
Who said it was torture?
Probably anybody you've done this to.
Oh,
Catch you there.
out of character, maybe correct. In character, he doesn't see it that way.
Although I don't know, there's got to be an argument made to be said, rather, that
Your character is chaotic good, right?
I think he's actually supposed to be neutral good. That's why I
Yeah,
don't really like doing torture.
Torture would not be in your bailiwick.
well, I'm just thinking here: do you really get the information that you want when only one person can translate back what's being said, but nobody can talk to the thing? So
That depends. Are you going to translate accurately?
no, I'm saying I out of character. I can only understand what it's saying. Nobody can transfer information back to it. So to it,
Right, we can't ask it anything.
yeah, it's just gonna be shouting whatever it comes to its own mind without any input, right? So it's mostly gonna be shouts of pain, and agony, and stop, and things like that, or nothing at all. It's not gonna be any it telling us information we want to hear because it doesn't know what we're doing or why.
Maybe. Is there any way to find out if it understands Orcish?
You could yell Orcish at it, and if it responds to you, probably.
I think that might be what we can do. Let's see what happens when it wakes up, then, shall
I'll
we?
put the fire on then.
Okay.
Well, why
So
are we
you're gonna-
camping in ice?
We're in this hex, basically.
Yeah, but we've explored it. It's like 5 hours to get back up north. We could probably get out of the ice within 2 hours.
We spent the day exploring.
Yeah, I'm saying that within...
Right, Lessons?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we explore a hex, then it only takes 5 hours to cross it, which means within 2 hours we could probably at least get out of the ice area.
Yeah, but night is now approaching because it takes you a full day to explore a hex.
Ironically, I'm not too bothered by moving at night. You're just as much danger as you are in the nighttime as you are during the daytime. You could just see more of it coming at day.
Yep. Still, I mean, a rest would probably still be good anyway.
Why do you want to freeze?
Why are we gonna freeze?
Because it's ice. The ground is
You've
covered
never
in
experienced snow before, Gar?
snow. Okay, what camping materials did you come with?
Well, I have my warm bedroll, I have my warm cloak, and I have my warm tent.
You've
And
been
I'm gonna make
walking
a
in the
warm
dark.
fire.
You've been walking in the ice and snow for hours now. It's not warm. I don't know what you're thinking. It doesn't magically keep its. Oh, I'm sorry. Magic did it. Never mind. Fuck me. The moment we
Again,
start using magic for everything, magic just
Gar,
explains everything.
I want you to picture in your head. Answer me this question: What type of dragon am I?
An asshole.
Yes, but also what
Also, you've used your fire once today. Also, the fire is. I understand that you think fire keeps everything hot constantly, but there is an amount of energy that a flame has that the energy that's inherent to all the snow around you far surpasses. And you know what? Snow is not inherently by itself on the ground. That air is all around us, and that air is also cold. Also, do you also know that
Gar, we
ice,
need to sleep. I'm
ice
setting up my
and
tent. I'll
snow
see you tomorrow
is made of a
morning.
liquid, and that stuff is on you. You're wet. You are uncomfortable. This is not a good place.
That seems like a nice place. Shield from the wind? Yeah, right here.
It's not shielded by the wind at all.
Wraith just shakes his head.
Every direction there are holes in the wall that wind is going to come through. Wind that's going to
Noticeably,
chill you
Gygax
to the
has
bone.
walked away from the goblin to leave Braith to deal with whatever he wants.
Kill it. Kill the goblin. He's no longer
Mostly
paying
because
attention.
Gar has already said he'll do whatever, so...
I said
Okay.
I'll do what? I don't even know
You're,
what that
you're the
means.
one with the solution here if anything was going to happen, so in 2 hours when it wakes up, it was up to you to do something about it.
I think you're taking your breath. I had no solution to anything.
I think he is thinking of me because he said my name.
No, he said
So-
Gar. He said Gar twice now.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't. I've stopped paying attention because I'm like, this conversation about ice and snow is kind of pointless.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck you guys. Honestly, if you can't get into character so much that you don't care about being frozen or wading through ice and snow, then I don't know what depth to get into, you guys. It's literally playing in character.
Oh no, I totally understand that, but at the same time, I am not really worried about this ice or snow.
I don't
so-
care mechanically. I care about I would not want to be laying out here in the ice and snow as a person, as someone who has done that plenty of times in real life. I do
Oh, no, I
not, as
wouldn't
a
either.
person, want to be out here. So
I
I'm
wouldn't
making the
either.
argument not because it's mechanically going to affect me, because in character I do not want to do that.
We're,
Oh,
we're
no,
Northerners, we have the gear, and we've been in the wilderness for several days now.
Yeah. This is the problem.
If
Like,
it's not the snow here, it's the snow somewhere else.
I'm
No.
also
Five-
a ranked soldier, so sleeping in the snow in elements like this is like nothing at this point for me.
Well, you're also a 50-year-old man. Your bones are getting creaky and painful from all of this.
Cord makes sure that doesn't happen.
I doubt that. Cord is an asshole who doesn't listen to your prayers. The fact that he grants you powers at all is amazing.
So he listens to my prayers then.
No, I don't think so.
Well, maybe you should try praying to him, see what happens.
I assure you, if I pray to him, nothing will happen because I'm not a cleric.
I think you have proven my point then. Thank you.
Just
Okay.
proved my own point. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so are you gonna wait for 2 hours to wake the goblin? Are you gonna try
Well, he's going to wake on his own in 2 hours. Literally, it's
Yeah.
independent of us.
and you're gonna do camping
Gygax is
here?
setting up camp.
You're gonna move somewhere else? Okay, you're gonna set up camp here. When there's someone
Or somewhere nearby. I just did that for narrative.
I'm going to
right here,
cast
just because
teleport
it's
and
in
go
the
back to
moment.
town. Use my Hearthstone. It's on a 30-minute cooldown.
Okay, let's put you in the map, in the big map anyway, too. So you're in
Yeah,
that hex. You can find somewhere else in the hex to do camping if you don't want to camp in the frozen ruins of the place. So you do, and the goblin eventually wakes up.
I go right in front of it. I kneel down and I do speak to it in Orcish, and I say, "Stop struggling. Do you understand me?"
Roll on insights, because it doesn't say anything originally, so you can read its expression.
Ooh, hey, there
It's
you go.
it's annoyed.
Annoy doesn't really tell me much, now does it?
And angry, but it doesn't want to answer whether it understands you or not. It's keeping its mouth shut. Yeah,
I say,
it doesn't be scared. The other ones ran, but this one, the one thing you would expect would be to him to be scared. Apparently, he's made of certain stuff than his companions.
I take my great axe and I bring it close to, I do kind of like the Gimli thing where you bring it like close to his neck, and or actually before I do that, I say to it in Orcish, if you understand me, then I need you to understand. If you don't tell me anything, I will kill you right now. Is that clear?
He looks at you, deadpan, like he doesn't move anything. He just looks at you.
Now we're getting somewhere.
But it's a challenging look.
What? We'll start with pleasantries. What's your name, creature?
You get nothing out of him. He doesn't say anything.
Master Kix, Master Gar, do you have any suggestions before I chop its head off?
Gar, weren't you supposed to do your thing?
What? Translate what it says? Well,
Exactly.
Not really saying anything, that's the problem.
I'm just gonna remain in silence to that non-thought.
Very good. Then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to actually chop its head off because I made a promise, sort of, to not really kill this thing, even though we should. But I am going to take out my axe. I'm going to attempt to intimidate it by like bringing the axe like down as close to the neck as possible, till like there's a little cut where like you might see some blood.
Roll intimidation.
That I should be good at. 14, not horrible.
He's gonna roll.
Ah, the intimidation. That truly means the torture has started.
Wow, this is a brave goblin.
Gosh, not only is he a sharpshooter, he's as hard as stone here.
Yeah, the creature winces as the axe was like, and said something.
What did he say, Gar?
I have no idea. You never gave me forewarning to cast the spell.
I thought it was still up. I didn't realize.
No, as a time limit. I would cast it as a ritual, which means I would need 10 minutes ahead of time.
God, dang it. All right.
It says, kill me now. What are you, a pansy? My mother could kill me faster.
I bring the axe back, and against all wisdom to myself, I see the cut on his neck, and I cast a quick healing word on it.
Okay.
Can I be a quick arbiter here, Robert? Can you see the cut on his neck, and then see the wounds of a soldier that died in a battle that you were a part of, and see all the laughing ogres, orcs, and goblins that stood over his body as you had to run away and were not able to save him? And that blood sends you into a trance, a fury, if you will.
So you heal it. It says
Or
something
that.
against something. It kind of snarls at you. That's the best you get. Again,
Conversely,
Again,
if you make this guy your best friend, you're really going to be hated back at the company.
So are you waiting for the translation?
I was hoping there would be one, but according to Gar, like the comprehend languages was never cast. So
It wasn't cast, and I need 10 minutes. Well, because he woke up, and I understand that I might know he's going to wake up somewhere in 2 hours. What am I going to do? Spend every 10 minutes casting?
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Original?
Gar, are you going to do it right now, and in the next 10 minutes we'll have our answer?
I guess.
There you go. Direct questions.
Well, I
so-
mean, I have really no interest in this at all, so I wish.
I've made it abundantly clear we should kill this thing because
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
not
I
working.
wish that Braith would go into some sort of Rambo-style flashback in which he just kills the thing.
Again, I considered that, but I thought that might be a little bit too crazy. Plus, that would
But torturing him with an axe by slightly cutting his neck, that was sane.
it's not honorable to kill an opponent like this. If he wants to die, we'll uncut his wounds and we'll fight one-on-one. Uncut his wounds.
You're talking
Uncut
about
his bonds and fight him one-on-one. That way.
you're talking about a
Either-
goblin and honor, though. I don't think these two things match. You don't give honor to a non-honorable foe.
That's also why I don't really. That's why I'm doing the torture and telling him we should kill it. But I'm not
Oh,
going to do
God.
it wantonly.
What a slippery slope you've fallen into when you said, that's why I'm doing the torture.
There's no other way to describe it, I guess. He
No.
doesn't see it as torture, to be fair.
You don't even know that. You have no idea what he's thinking or saying.
Yes,
He
I
doesn't
do.
see it as torture. You're putting thoughts upon him that you don't even know that are right or even true.
I'm pretty sure I do.
I
Although, if the GM wants to step in and say, "Hey, you can't do torture because my alignment won't allow me," I will gladly take that penalty.
I mean, I think that would force change your alignment if it was really that bad. But at the same time, I don't know that you can be good anymore and say, that's why I'm doing the torture.
It is a slippery slope. Yeah, you're close to it.
I don't think 5e
That-
penalizes you for...
That also
No.
that also kind of fits with the character of Braith here a little. So
I think you also got to really push it real hard to get to that Oathbreaker moment. So,
Mm.
And I
Actually,
don't think slightly cutting...
I actually have to ask a question. What is the alignment of Cord?
Chaotic good.
All right, so I am within that alignment then. At neutral.
Chaotic good,
Okay.
good, and chaotic neutral will all follow.
yeah, is Jack Bauer chaotic good?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, the chaotic part is the following law or not following law part. so.
Neutral good also follows Cord. That's allowed. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Because
Yeah.
if he was like chaotic neutral or something like that, then that's a mistake on my part. He should then be chaotic good.
Well, yeah, unambiguously torture is not good. That if it's lawful or not, you're following fine in the chaotic part, but good, torture is never good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it also is a military action as well, and that does change things.
Well, I mean, this isn't a military action. You're not representing the military in this. You're representing us.
I believe
Right.
we are. Well, go ahead.
We're headhunters.
Braith, all this talk of torture, we're still in the middle of the wilderness, and the best that you have is an axe. What do you really think you're going to do here?
Quick flashback. Flashback Rambo style.
Has Gar finished the spell?
Yeah, you guys are talking. He finishes.
Both in character and real time.
Yeah, and as he's talking, like, God damn it, these motherfucking sons of bitches let me alone with the humans or whatever the giant fucking lizard is, and a turtle, and this it's just a human.
I think I
Fuck
prefer to
me.
when you talk like Mars attacks.
Yeah.
No,
Fuck
that's
me.
skeletons.
That I hate that movie so much.
So he's basically cursing up a storm, cursing his lot, basically. The guy wants to slice my neck, and like he doesn't. He talks orcs. He talks like the dirty orcs. God's damn me to hell, to whatever circle they're gonna put me. Last time I followed, God goblin with that shit.
Do you relate any of that to us?
Well, I mean, he hasn't stopped talking yet, so I'm like
Yeah, he
parsing.
keeps talking, he just sort of like.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
I just keep letting him ramble because I'm like parsing out information. So I guess I would say that he is saying that you might as well just kill him now because he's going to hell.
I look at Kix.
Hmm? Well, that's kind of odd for it to be saying. I guess he doesn't like where position he's in, but I don't blame him for that.
I mean, it could be
Uh,
hyperbole. I don't know. I'm just translating.
Maybe show him the body. Maybe he'll say something.
Of the
The wyvern.
hobgoblin?
The
Oh,
wyvern.
the wyvern. Oh. I take out the preserved wyvern out of my mess kit. I say in Orcish, "What is this, and what were you chanting?"
And he looks at it and he gets startled because he's like, shit. So that's what it was. God damn me.
He didn't know what it was.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I'm actually surprised by that.
It's the last time I started chanting bullshit, magical bullshit. Shouldn't have trusted that son of a bitch.
I don't see
Or
it.
the other one said, "Oh my god, you take the eggs, you're gonna be great. You're gonna be awesome. We're gonna be flying through the sky."
He's saying a lot here, Gar. What is he saying?
That's the same thing again. You might as well kill him. He's going to hell.
He seems incredibly sassy right now.
You can make an insight check.
It's just the tone of voice. It doesn't mean
I'm
anything.
making an insight check.
He's gone from angry to outright bitter and just sort of like, it's like almost like giving up on life. It's like,
Yeah, see? Like I said, you might as well kill him. He's going to hell. That's what he said. Giving up on life.
Well, let me give him something to live for here real quick. Let's see how well I do on my cooking check.
You want to put your keys in the bowl?
Here you go. You can have a piece of charcoal.
Oh God.
my mother
everyone's
would feed me like this.
Everyone's a critic, and I'll
God,
pop a piece
this
of charcoal.
This is the worst torture session I have been part of, and I have been part of a lot of them.
Says you might as
He
well kill
doesn't-
him. He's going to hell anyway.
Worse or better?
Can
I
I
need to
please
get-
cut? Can I please just cut off his head at this point?
That's what he's asking for. I mean, it's not dishonorable to give somebody what they're asking for.
Well, I know you're asking me, but I mean, I would still prefer to try to get some direct answers out of him if even possible.
I mean, if it helps you, Braith, you're 2 out of 3 on the whole killing him thing, so that's majority rule.
it's great. Think.
Oh no, I know what Braith would do at this point. He would just like lop the head off and be done with it, and we'll take the head back.
You know, this thing's only going to suffer even more. You might want that. I don't know.
Stop! No, stop! I'm not a sadist.
Well, no, sadist would be doing pleasure. I am saying that you might want to inflict pain on this to make it suffer for what it's done, or has done, or has been part of to the people that you've known in the past.
I'm just gonna chop its head off at this point. I'm done.
Okay.
Sorry, Kix.
You
He's
raise the
changed.
act, and it's like he's just eating Orcish because he doesn't speak common.
And apparently it ascends to godhood in that moment, and
It says, "What do you want?"
Oh, he says something in Orcish?
Yeah.
I said, oh, and I say back in Orcish, now you can speak.
I was speaking before, you buffoon.
I grit my teeth. I said, why were you here? What's the significance of this ritual?
I was following orders. We're supposed to do a ritual with that thing, the egg. Supposed to make it stronger or something. I don't know. I just was chanting the words.
The orders from, and I point to the hobgoblin body.
Yeah.
Who gave the hobgoblin orders to come here? What's your clan's name? What is your tribe's name?
Oh, I used to be part of the Broken Spear, but we got taken over by the hobgoblins. They've been doing some strange shit, putting up like dragon statues and all kinds of crap, giving us drills and this and that. I was like, now they were fetching these eggs. I don't know what for. Supposedly they're gonna make our people stronger. Yeah, but they ran away or they're dead, and I'm here, so that's utter complete bullshit.
These hobgoblins. Who's in charge? Do you have a clan leader name?
Oh, don't forget to ask him about the tattoo. And the
That's
dragon.
just what's the term? That's above my pay grade. We get paid. That's good. Copper though. I never got paid before. We just goes goblins. You have to take whatever we had. That's good. But they whip us and they this.
Let him know the hobgoblin got paid more than him.
Are they working with the Orcish Empire?
Who doesn't work with the Orcish Empire? I'm a goblin, of course. They work for the Orcish Empire, or whatever happens to be running the roost right now. There's not much of an empire these days, you know.
I actually grit my teeth to that too. And the tattoo on the hobgoblin, symbol of their clan.
Dragon shit they're into. They worship dragons. Dragon this, dragon that. The dragons are great. You gotta worship the dragons. Blah blah blah. Tiamat. Blah blah blah. It's like fuck off.
Tiamat.
Yeah, they made a thing with a lot of. It was weird. They made a thing like a statue, but like made out of paper or something, and they painted the heads like different colors. I think they were different colors. I only saw blue and red. The other ones I couldn't see. Turn away from decently good goblin gods who was always giving us the way to do things, and now this. Reminds me of the days of the earth dragon. Well, my grandpapa used to worship the earth dragon, but that's a long time ago. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm writing notes. Does anybody have any other questions that you think I should ask?
Ask him about the dragon tattoos.
I did. That's what you just said.
Oh, you mean that
Oh,
girl?
okay.
The girl when you got her?
Wait, what?
You know, the one with the dragon tattoo.
Oh. All right, I say to it then. Is that all?
Or what?
All you wish to tell me?
You're asking the questions.
Where's your camp?
It's in the south. Very far away from here.
Is
south and west near the mountains.
The other, all right. You say they're taking these eggs. Are there any other nests that you know of? Oh, excuse me. Any other nests that you know of in around here?
I don't know. Have you seen any more wyverns around here?
There was one, according to my companions, that died after being poisoned. Did that have anything to do with these hobgoblins?
Let me see if he actually figures out what. Nothing about no poison. Sorry.
What are they?
I to you. Fuck off.
I laugh.
He's giving you a little more sass, Bray.
I laugh and I say, "You've been helpful. May Cord ease your passage." And then I just chop his head off.
Yeah, you kill.
Well, it looks like he was actually talking there at the end.
That's the actually comes. He goes in Orcish like fuck yeah. And the head rolls in the snow and just paints the snow with blood, and it's like.
I will grab the head. Is there like a stick nearby?
There's some rocks. You can probably.
There were some trees back there.
Yeah, so. You can snap a branch and use it as a, so you're gonna use it as a pike, and then you can do that.
Pretty much. I grab the head as a pike, shank it into the ground, and we will leave it near, like, right near where the body was, and then I will explain everything he told me. So, he actually gave some information before his passing.
That's a very passive voice for an active action.
That is one way of looking at it, Master Kix. These type of things are often necessary when we are dealing with prisoners. Anyway, came from a former tribe that was taken over by hobgoblins, apparently worshipping Tiamat.
I see.
The worship of Tiamat is some sort of dragon cult. Apparently, the tattoo is a representation of that.
Kicks the moment he says Tiamat,
Mhm.
you have a physical reaction. Like you never heard the term before, but literally, like your body reacts, and almost you feel like they need to just sink into your knees right then and there, and just sort of start praying.
Right. It is definitely terrifying. But I think like I'd at least have like passing familiarity with this cult, though. I think, right?
You
Not at all?
haven't.
Okay,
No.
never mind.
The reaction you get is it's purely physical. It's like
Okay.
the word itself has power over you. You're like, well, you gotta get control in there. It's like I never heard it before, but you know,
Ah,
Wasn't your
nasty. I wouldn't say that again.
wasn't your mother like kidnapped by these people or something?
Were
apparently.
they?
They were
Yeah.
Red Dragon born. You know that you were created by a red dragon,
Mhm.
so there might be a connection there. But
Right. So Wraith, go ahead and continue.
The worship of Tiamat apparently.
Ah,
Excuse me. The worship of this dragon from this dragon cult has begun to spread as they are in searching for eggs, apparently, of these wyverns and every other creature of the sun for their own gains, erecting statues of the creature, as well as basically taking over and working, at least implied, I should say, working with some sort of connection to the Orcish Empire.
mhm.
Their main encampment is southwest from this location near the mountains.
I see. Well, that should be a far way away then. Well, since I'm going to guess that probably exceeds the boundaries of the current map, right?
yes, it does.
Yeah, thought so.
He could not tell me, however, anything else regarding the wyverns or what they're even doing with the eggs. It seems that he was a little surprised by what was in the eggs.
I guess it was the leader there that was pulling the shots and would have had all the information. It's unfortunate he was killed before we could ask him anything, but well, that's just the way it goes.
Regrettable, but necessary. You saw how well trained it was. Hobgoblins are very vicious. We need to be very cautious. They are disciplined and deadly, and we may need to formulate a plan and raise an army to take this camp.
Right. I suppose the first key would be identifying if they happen to have anything else forward of that in the region. So far, there's nothing here past the river. We've cleared that to an extent, so at least that's safe. I think our next goal in the future will be to go past the river and start investigating there.
Should we head back?
I think we should for now. We've been out here for a while. We've seen what we needed to see, and we can go ahead and get some rest.
Then, with your permission, Master Kix, I think that what we should do is start setting up a military garrison or patrol along these riverbanks. If they are tamed at this point, we can use this as a
Forward
outpost.
position.
Yes, exactly. An outpost that will be beneficial to us and any other incursions down south.
I wouldn't mind a camp if we could pull that off. I suppose the person to talk to would be the Reeve. Maybe they might have some extra resources they could spare. I know the war's still going on, and he's been asked to give a lot, but maybe there's something he can do.
These ruins, real quick, the ruins that we were at where the wyvern nest was, I guess we didn't recognize where they were from?
Yeah, they look at former human town that have been probably razed to the ground during the war, right? It's one
Hey,
of the
people
many.
used to live here. We can live here again.
Yeah, it's basically one of many towns and villages and farmsteads that have been they're part of the sort of the boundary zone that have been destroyed. And
yeah, we built a village and it sunk into the swamp. So we built another village and it also sunk into the swamp, but the third time.
Yeah, that's kind of actually what I was thinking. If this was a former village, perhaps we could revitalize the area and make it at the very least, a small outpost for a military garrison.
Plenty of bricks.
That would require some manpower and some work. I will talk to the Reeve on that if need be.
Okay.
Right. So I guess for now, we'll go ahead. We'll continue to rest until the morning, and we'll head back.
If you're heading straight back, it will take you some time, but you won't probably have any encounters on the way back. So about 2
Yeah.
days to get back.
Yeah, unless we hoofed it. I was like, looking like, could we extend by 1 square? It's like, nah, it's 4. So,
Yeah.
Yep. So 2 days.
So you bring. We're close to ending. I believe that we're 11 my time, 10 your time. So when you get back, the only you try to talk to Shirek, but the Shirek explains that one of the reasons why he's forming up the headhunters again is because his former headhunters, the army took them away from them to be scouts for them. So he's he's operating on the margins right now, right? He has his guards, etc. But at the moment, he can try to make a requisition back in Greyhawk. Make the argument, of course. It's something he can try. But he can't guarantee that he's going to have an increased garrison without more than just, they're working on some wyvern eggs, right? Some monsters are dealing with some other monsters to do what exactly, right? And he suggested you take the egg to the alchemist.
Yeah, the dead wyvern baby thing.
Yeah, and that would be her name. Let's bring her back again. Always trying to bring back the
Dead.
not the dead, but the characters. That would be Lady Jaina Sadrian.
Lady Jaina.
She should be on screen right now.
Yep.
And she looks at it and is like, well, sir, while I am a proficient alchemist, it would be my father who would be probably the best to analyze this, but I haven't heard from him in some time. He usually tries to avoid the colder weather and goes to our what's the name of it? Our home to the east.
Summer
Perhaps,
home.
well, mostly in this case, is a winter home, more precisely. Perhaps if you were to take this to him, I will send him a letter and expect you. Then perhaps he can help you with this. But it'll take some time, of course, to arrange. He's a very private person, always experimenting on this and that. That's one of the reasons why he retires to his estate, to our estate, out in the country. So I'll send him a letter and see if he was willing to receive you.
That would be very kind of you. Thank you. Please let us know when we get word.
Mm-hmm. So,
I pray tell, Miss Jaina. How long will it take for that letter to arrive to your uncle?
my father.
Excuse me, your father.
Oh, it should take more than a couple of days. So that should be something to happen.
Just remind me if it's getting close, because I want to make sure that thing stays preserved as long as possible.
She says that she has some chemicals and some chemicals that could help her preserve the item. Not outright magic in the way you consider, like a prayer to the gods or a spell, but she has some knowledge to preserve items and things.
Sure.
Mostly because she has
Pull
to
out the formaldehyde.
Yeah, she has to harvest parts from animals, especially exotic or even magical creatures, for her more complex formula. So yeah, she has some knowledge of that. But the nature of what they were trying to do with this beast would require somebody who is actually a true master of the arcane. And her father is both a alchemist of renown as well as a wizard. So that might help you out.
Sounds good.
Well, yeah, that would be it. We're gonna. I hate to leave it too early, but I do have to wake up early tomorrow morning. My dad has to.
Yeah, that's
my dad. So
No, it's all right.
So let's do the shout outs and the rollout of the character. So let's start with on reverse. Let's start with Brave.
Well, I played today, so just go through personality and all that stuff. I played Braith today. Honest to a fault and resolute is the personality traits. I desire to strive for truth and provide hope in this cruel world. Faith guides my conscience even when in doubt, and I am known as the butcher to many because of my past history, and I am somewhat prejudiced to my enemies. And I guess, like, quick shout out, if I may.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I'm also, for those who don't know me, my name's Rob Grasso. I work at techraptor.net. We are a gaming website where we do a lot of video game and some tabletop news, reviews, previews, interviews, editorials, that kind of stuff. Also started some casual streaming during the week. Even especially Thursdays and Fridays are RPG nights where I'm playing both Pathfinder Kingmaker and Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Ooh.
Thursday and Friday respectively, if you want to check those out. So yeah, that's my big plugs for the evening.
Okay. Griffin?
All right. Hey, I'm Griffin, and I've been playing Gygax the Shield, the Dragonborn Battlemaster. He's a cool and calculating person. He's a hero who stands up to all challenges. Those under my command and responsibility come first, and I have an immense ego and delusions of grandeur. And of course, to go ahead and do a little bit of the shout out, welcome to the stream. Know your role. Come watch us Sundays and Wednesdays, where we have a variety of games going on all day, or catch us on YouTube. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, buy the plushie, get the candy bar, sign our autographs, and everything else.
And Tatum?
Yeah, Gar the Wizard. Doesn't lot like more than a good mystery. Emphasis on good. Self-improvement is my ideal. I sold my soul for knowledge. It's my bond. And unlocking an ancient mysteries with the price of a civilization is my flaw.
And I am your GM. I go by Lessons Learned. On Twitch, I'm Lessons Learned 1, variety streamer, Monday to Fridays. And also on the weekends now, we have the Lessons Learned podcast. Number 7 just came out this afternoon. Also my YouTube channel, Lessons Learned, where we talk about doing a death watch on BioWare. And the latest, we actually talk about the latest news of the week and commentary therein. So, if you want to catch up, just finished Project Wingman and probably looking forward to something like Kerbal Space Program or a similar game. Just something goofy, just to.
Death Watch, you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
But what about the most recent news about BioWare?
That's one of the reasons why we did the
thing
Watch.
that they were allowed to do.
That's one of the reasons that we're talking about that. I'll put up the YouTube link as well, so you can listen on YouTube. That should be up tomorrow, and you can also watch it on the VODs at the Lesson Learned 1. But number 1 is very important. It's all one word. So check it out, and thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us with this wonderful crew, and we'll see you next Sunday. So
Catch
take
you
care.
next time.
See you later. Take care.